Coach, we talked about fourth quarter offense. Your group came up with a number of big plays offensively down the stretch tonight. What did you like about your group's ability to close this one out?
I mean, there was some poise, understanding what we were trying to accomplish down the stretch. Who had the hot hand versus being able to share it, making some plays down on the back end of the game. I thought was really good for our guys.
What did you like about Jace? We've seen him provide that spark before, but just in a moment like this again.
I thought he was big time. I thought he did a great job with his energy, his effort, his toughness, being able to push the pace. I just really loved like he plays with a level of confidence and toughness about him, throughout the entire night on both sides of the ball.
Not the typical kind of game that we see from you guys, especially on the defensive end. But what does it say about this team to be able to find a way, get the stops when you need them, and kind of keep the pressure on offensively when the defense doesn't have it tonight?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, our ability to get downhill, get to the free throw line, we shared it, we moved it, we trust the pass. But our defense was not what it needed to be, and I think there's games like that in the league. But our ability to sit down and get stops is what we've got to continue to hang our hat on. But our guys, stayed with it, stayed the course, and just found a way down the stretch.
I know you'll have to watch the film, but what do you think broke down defensively today?
I'm going to have to go back and watch the film. What broke down is us being in a stance and not being able to keep anybody in front of us.
Siakam fell on him late in the game. He was hobbled a bit. How's he doing?
Right now, he's okay.
Coach Dell's been huge on the boards as of late. It seems like a lot of guys get credit, but maybe not as much Wendell publicly. Can you speak to how important he's been on the glass for you guys?
I can never say enough about Wendell Carter Jr. What he does without even having to get a shot, get a play run for him, he just does everything the right way, and he's just continuing to try to just play, setting solid screens, hitting rollers, guarding multiple positions without batting an eye. And I think that just says so much about how much he means to this team and how his toughness and his level of consistency has been great for us this year.
We've talked a lot about AB's growth and confidence as a scorer, but 10 assists tonight. I think he's had some big assist games throughout the course of the last few games as he's been in the lineup more. How's his growth and his confidence grown as a passer and a playmaker for this group?
Well, just recognizing situations like that. I mean, what they were running, we hadn't run for a while. He recognizes in one scenario, we get the layup one time, and he goes back to it. And I think that's just recognition of a point guard seeing what's working and taking advantage of it. And I think that's part of the growth of him, not just being able to get downhill to attack the basket and defend their team's best players at times, but being able to make plays for others on your team is what's so important for him and for us.
Huge turnaround in the second quarter. What do you feel swung the momentum in your favor and set the stage for the rest of the game?
I mean, we stopped BSing and tried to make it, and stopped trying to make it a rat race game. Like, we weren't guarding, we weren't trying, we were letting guys go by us. We were a step slow in a lot of ways, and then guys got a little pissed off. We changed a little bit of the rotation, and guys stepped in and decided to guard. I mean, our defense started to create our offenses, which is what we've talked about doing all year long.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Des, your group was able to make a number of plays on the offensive end down the stretch to get the victory. What did you like about your group's ability to execute offensively tonight?
I mean, it's something that we've talked about, especially leading up to this game, just how we can execute better down the stretch and just in half-court situations. And like you said, I thought we did a much better job. Paulo was mixing up, getting downhill and getting off the ball early. Other guys were able to get downhill, create some rotations and make plays. I thought it was great. Much better offensively. Still got to figure out how to string together some stops on the defensive end. We got a few when it mattered, but we're better than that on that end for sure.
What is it going to take to string together those stops or do it more consistently, I suppose, without Jalen for the foreseeable future?
I think it's just going to be collective. We're going to have to – everybody's going to have to do a little bit more. I mean, that's been our identity and something that we have to lean into. And losing a guy like Jalen, you got to lean into it even more. So, give them credit. They play fast. They got a lot of guys that can make plays. But we'll be better on Tuesday or whenever we play.
Been in this league long enough to know that you still got to kind of find ways. How important was it that even when the defense wasn't playing to your standard to be able to find a way tonight and got out this one?
Yeah, a win is a win. But like you said, I mean, it's good to gut it out. But every game, you got to look yourself in the mirror, look the team in the mirror, and see where we could have been better. And we'll do that, and we'll hopefully get better and string a couple wins together on the road.
Yeah, it's been about a month since you guys have won back-to-back games. So when you go up to Washington, what is the message? How do you go and you break that streak that you guys have had for about a month?
Yeah, we're going in there playing a good team. They're playing good basketball. Playing with a lot of confidence, especially as of late. So it's not going to be easy. But we're going to have to do it together. Continue to share the ball. I think we had 34 assists tonight, 7 turnovers. That's got to travel. That's got to carry over, and then be better on the defensive end. It'll give us a chance.
We've talked a lot about AB's growth offensively and his growth as a scorer. 10 assists tonight. I think he's had some big assist games, kind of in the point guard role tonight. How's his growth as a passer and playmaker been to watch over the season?
I mean, he's doing everything. He's guarding other teams' top perimeter player. He's scoring the basketball. He's setting up his teammates. He's a worker. He's been in the gym. He loves to compete, plays really hard, and it's paying off for him. You can see his confidence continue to grow, just in certain playmaking actions in different ways. He's looking to be aggressive when it really matters.
Similarly, just what have you told Jace throughout this portion of the season and after a game like tonight?
I told him stay ready, and he works. And the thing that I learned about that kid from the first week is he ain't scared of the moment. Open gym, I'm chirping at him, going at him, and he coming right back at me. So I was like, okay, I like this kid. But we just joking. He was in the game in the fourth quarter, playing very meaningful minutes. So, it's big for him, big for his development, and we're going to need him. We're going to need to continue to lean on him. Plus 14 tonight, team high.
86 combined points between you, AB, and Paulo. What contributed to more of a balanced effort between you three?
34 assists. When the ball moves, everybody eats. That was kind of something that we was talking about in the timeout and leaning into. Everybody eats, and everybody. You look up and down the board, and just about everybody had an efficient night. We're helping each other, making each other better on that end. And that's something that we're gonna have to continue to do if we want to be a good offensive team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Dave.
All right.
Jace, looking at the team as a whole, what did you like about your group's offense down the stretch to come up with enough big plays to get the win?
I think just sharing the ball down the stretch. You see AB, you see Desmond, you see Paulo, Wendell. They all made big plays down the stretch, even Tristan with that big-time 3. So I think just sharing the ball and just playing as a unit is kind of what won us the game at the end.
What were the emotions like throughout the afternoon when you guys, were scoring a ton but maybe not defending the way you liked?
I think offensively we were really well. We played really well tonight offensively. Everybody was sharing the ball, but defensively, it was pretty sloppy from us. That's not characteristic of how we play defense. So I think that was kind of frustrating in a lot of the huddles, just letting up easy buckets. But I think we just got to look back on this one and just take what we can.
Jace, you've got about 40 or so games under your belt now that as an NBA player. Do you feel a big difference between game 1 versus game 36? And if you do, where is that change in your game? Or is it just kind of a gradual, like, okay, this is now and I'm just focused on today and what's going on?
Yeah, I definitely think it's just confidence, honestly. I just kind of feel my confidence growing from each game, just learning something new. I'm not going to lie, I'm exhausted. It feels like game 66 already. But just maintaining my body, making sure I'm staying as positive as I can, staying healthy, and yeah.
Kind of on that point, you mentioned defense not being at the standard you guys want to do. How important is it, and how much has it been expressed to you that you still got to find a way to win? You still got to find a way to compete and win. And how important was that to find that tonight?
I think it's really important. Last time we played Indiana, we weren't as well offensively as we were, but defensively we were pretty good. So we just got to find just little things that can keep us in the game. And today was our offense, and then just a couple stops here and there. But coming up for these next couple of games, we really got to lock in defensively.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Jace.
Appreciate you guys.
Pete, your group made a number of big plays on the offensive end down the stretch tonight. What did you like about your team's ability to come up with big plays offensively in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought we just did a good job of staying poised. They kept making shots and we were just able to come down and just execute late in the game in the fourth quarter.
What worked so well in the second quarter when you guys, went on that 17-0 run and got some juice on offense?
Yeah, I think we just started playing better defense, and then offense, the bench came in, gave us a good boost, and started getting down transition and just getting easy buckets.
During the course of an NBA season, you're going to have games where maybe the defense isn't up to the standard. How important is it to be able to kind of find a way to still win that game and do what the game needs in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, all that matters is getting the win, so, you just keep that in mind. They're a good offensive team, even though their record is bad. They just have a lot of different threats out there, guys who can shoot, guys that can score at all three levels, and so they're tough to guard, so you just got to figure out a way to win.
We've continued to see Jace just provide sparks at different moments in different games. Just what stands out to you about him almost halfway through his rookie year?
Yeah, I think him just staying ready, whether he's getting 5 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, he's just coming out there with a lot of energy. And, yeah, I mean, he's just aggressive. We want him to be aggressive when he's out there, shoot the ball, look to play making, just be him. And so he just does a great job of coming in there and giving us a spark, like you said.
Paulo, 6 Magic players in double figures. Talk about the offensive side of the basketball game, putting the ball through the hoop.
Yeah, I think we found a good flow. A lot of guys being able to get downhill. It was a good game assist-wise too. 34 assists and only 7 turnovers. So you love to see stuff like that.
Paulo, y'all talked in the past about dividing the season into 7-game series and try to, keep looking at just not looking too far in the future, but not also looking too far back. And in these next 7 games, you're playing a lot of these teams that may not be their record may not necessarily reflect how good they've been. And you've also got these games in Europe coming up. So what is the message for this team within this 7-game series that you're about to face?
I'll just say one game at a time. Can't look too far ahead at anything. Just one game at a time. Got to take each team seriously and do what we got to do each night to win the game.
And we've seen Anthony's growth as a scorer throughout the last month or so. 10 assists tonight. I think he's had some big assist games recently. How much has he grown as a playmaker and someone that you can trust to play off of or play on the ball a little bit more to set you or set everyone else up?
Yeah, I think he's just a naturally unselfish player, and he just goes out there and is aggressive and tries to make the right play. And I think whether he's scoring, assisting, defending, he's just going to make an impact on the game.
Paulo, 60% from 3 from you tonight. Has that been a point of emphasis on what you've been working on lately?
Yeah, I think I'm always working, on just being able to knock those down when I get the clean looks and shooting with confidence. I haven't shot the ball well from 3 to start the year, so law of averages tells me that I should go on a good run here.
Kind of on that point, the last 4 games, including tonight, seen the scoring kind of get back to the level that you were at toward the end of last season. How are you feeling as you kind of come back from the injury and start to kind of find your rhythm and flow during the course of the season?
Yeah, I'm feeling good out there. I'm feeling good. Body's feeling good, and just going out there, being aggressive.
Thanks, Pete.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone.